Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Joanne and welcome to another weekly Sunday thrift haul video. I'm telling you, I lucked out at the bins yesterday. It was Tupperware Paluzza. I have so much Tupperware to show you, as well as some other things that I'm going to be reselling. And I only picked up one thing for myself. Well, actually it's for my cats. So I'll go ahead and show you that first. And then I'll show you the other things that I picked up. And at the very end of the video, I'll show you the Tupperware that I picked up because it's quite a bit. And I did some research this time first on the Tupperware, so I have some information to share with you about all the pieces that I picked up. So let's go ahead and get started. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This is a work in progress and my name is Joanne. I do these videos just to share with you the things that I pick up while I'm out thrifting, primarily from what is called the Durham Rescue Mission Outlet, or the bins, where they sell things. Everything is by the pound. Well, most everything. They have some other items that they price individually, like their lamps and their books and their luggage. I think they might price that separately as well. But anyway, for the most part, everything is by the pound. So let me share with you first the one thing that I picked up. Well, actually, my friend Michelle found it for my kitty cats, and it's this little fun toy here. So I'm guessing you put little kibbles inside of here for them to go ahead and try and roll this. And as they drop out, they get a treat. And then there's a nice little feather on the top of that for them to chase too. So I can't wait to put some treats in there and watch them have at it. That is the one and only thing that I'm keeping for myself. The other things that I picked up for resale, I found this entire box, or bag rather, of little miniature toys. My friend Kelly saw it first, picked it up, looked at it, decided she didn't want it, so she put it back. So I maybe go ahead and put these together in little bags for the kids up at the antique space. So maybe they can find a couple of little treasures while they are out shopping with mom and dad. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on these because I'm not a toy person and I don't know. Now I should know her, but I don't. So a lot of these characters I do not know because my daughter is out of this phase by now. She is 25. So a little bit of research on these. I'll put them together by the movie or the book or whatever they kind of are grouped together by, and then just sell them in bags at the antique space. Next, I thought these were funny. This is a mug, The Real Housewives of Roxborough. That's a little town not too far from me. And then we have The Real Housewives of Hygo Lake, which I think my friend Kelly told me is also in Roxborough. So I thought somebody might get a kick out of those. Put them in the sink to remind myself to wash them. This was really cool. This was filled with a whole bunch of vintage, oh my goodness, sewing patterns. But they had all been used, I think, so I decided not to take the sewing patterns, but I did take the box because I thought it was really cool. And then inside, it's musty, so I'm going to have to, open it up and leave it open for a while. And they have cards in here that helped to separate the different types of patterns. So I thought that would be a really cool piece in somebody's sewing room or their craft room. Oh, look at oh my goodness, look at these drapes back here. Would you look at those drapes? So I think that's kind of a fun piece there. Oh my goodness. I'm out of space already and I haven't even started. And that's because of the Tupperware that is all over my kitchen counter. This also, Kelly found a Korean traditional mask. It's in its box. And I thought this would be something different. Come on now. So it says Korean masks, the masks of Heiho. Oh gosh, I'm not even going to try and, no, I'm not even going to try and say that. I will definitely mess this up. But it has a date of 2000 on it. So already this is a vintage piece. But I thought it was kind of different. And I do like offering different things in my space. Let's see, we'll put this here. Now this I need to stage properly, but I want to hang this on a wall in my space and then put greens in it, some faux greenery kind of cascading out of this. I think I had something like this in my house down in Florida, and you wouldn't think it because this is just a strainer, but you wouldn't think it, but it makes a really cool place to put greenery in your home on the wall. So we'll be putting that up there. And then, believe it or not, I've been doing quite well with jars and bottles up in my space, in particularly the latched bottles, the latched top bottles. But this, I really like this brown, really dark amber jug with a screw top on it. So I don't think it has very much age to it. And there's no real indication on the bottom. It does say PG and then the number 4 with a line under it. I'm sure that has some kind of meaning, but I have no idea what it is. But I just thought it was a really cool looking bottle that someone might enjoy. Kelly also found this. I have not done any research on it, but it might be worth a few dollars. It is a Smurfs little thermos. And that might... No, I thought that was a date on it, but it is not. And it's in really good condition. So that little piece comes up there. So it has all of its pieces, parts that it needs. Oh, let's see if there is a date on the bottom there. It's an 8-ounce size. No, I do not see any date on it, but come on now. Someone who collects Smurf paraphernalia might enjoy that. Let me see. This was really cool. And it was just this one piece, but it is a cast iron stagecoach. And the little doors here open and close to the stagecoach. Whoop, that just keeps coming loose for some reason. But, whoops, there is in the front. Really weathered. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to put it up in my space as it is and see if that's of any interest to anyone. Found a beautiful cutting board. Love the coloring on this cutting board. So I'm going to have to do a sanding to it to get these knife marks out of it. And then I picked up at Lowe's yesterday some wax, some wood wax that is just supposed to bring out the grain of wood and provide a like a finish to it, a protective coating on the top of it. So when I go to work on this board, what I'd like to do is do a video on it just so you can see the process of it. This is not old. This was from Threshold, which is Target, from 2015. But just a really nice size. And again, love the wood coloring on this. So I may, if I could get this Threshold off of the back of it, I may use the back of it instead, because this has a little bit more of that the lighter color wood on this part of it. And Kelly again found this. Kelly was just all over the bins yesterday finding things for me. And this is in all things God works for the good of those who love him. And it is a coloring book. It was originally from Ross for $3.50, but not colored in. So that's great. That was a nice find, Kelly. Thank you. This little guy is so adorable. I couldn't leave him behind. Look at this little porcelain. Well, I don't know if he's porcelain, ceramic. This little skunk. My gosh, he's so adorable. There are no markings or anything on the bottom of him. That's what he looks like on the bottom, but he's so cute. Had to pick him up. Couldn't leave him there. And I found this little teeny weeny little miniature cast iron skillet. You can see it does have some rust there. This is, it says on the back of it, Lodge, USA, LMS. I'm not sure what that means. And even for this little guy, he's quite heavy. So picked him up. Now the other two, you might remember that quite some time ago, I was lucky enough to go to a private pick with Heidi from the Weathered Fence Post, and I picked up 2 cast iron skillets while I was at that private pick. Both of them are up in my antique space, and sadly neither one of them has sold yet, so fingers crossed that they will sell. But I kind of thought that they would have sold rather quickly because there's not a lot of them up at the antique space. So I thought they were kind of unusual pieces, but not yet, but they will. I have faith. This I found, wait till you find, or I tell you the date on this. So look at this basket. I thought it was very intriguing. It really caught my eye. There is one tiny place right here. You can see where it has been broken, but I will be able to put those 2 pieces together. They fit perfectly, and glue it and then just hold it in place a little bit. This basket has a date on the bottom of it from Murray Linker, that's his name on it, December 25th, 1953. Older than I am. And to have that one little break in this basket with all of these little pieces here, I think that's pretty phenomenal. So this with some floral in it is going to look so, so cute. Oh, let me put this in here so I don't drop it and break it. Picked up 1 piece of Halloween that I'll be putting away. And that is this little Halloween yard stake. So it's just a tiny one that says welcome with the 2 skeleton legs dangling from it. And the spider web. Let me see. I'm trying to put this somewhere where it doesn't come crashing down and scare all of us. This is from Ralph Lauren, and it is a vintage umbrella with the wooden tip on it here, and then the middle, well, the wooden point and a metal tip. There we go. In blue and green plaid. And it does have a snap closure, so this does have some age to it. I'm just going to need to polish up the handle a little bit because it does have a few little pieces of wear on it, but you know, it's an older umbrella, so I think you have to expect that. Now, my friend Michelle found this, and originally I thought, well, I'm going to sell all of this stuff. I'm going to put it in the antique space and sell all of this stuff. But I'm really not sure if I am going to sell this or if it's going to stay put. So we have, and this is for tea, which I am now a tea drinker. Used to be a, like 4 or 5 or more cup a day coffee drinker. No more. I am now a tea drinker. So this is for your loose tea. Look at the little bee on the top there. And then the bee on the flower with the spoon going in to grab up your loose tea. And then we have this timer. So you have 3 minutes for light tea, 4 minutes for medium, and then 5 minutes if you want your tea strong. Isn't that cool? I've never seen anything like this before. Absolutely loved it. So I don't know, I may just have to keep this. I've taken down all of my coffee things off of my my kitchen counter because I just don't drink it anymore. I may have to set up myself a a little small tray. I might have to make a small tray up now and just keep my tea stuff out there because this is so adorable. And then we have a tea strainer here that would go on your cup, set on your cup, and then you would put your loose tea in here and then pour the hot water over it. And this is also for your tea. You open this up, you would put your loose tea right inside here, close that up, and then hang that inside of your cup and steep your tea. Now, those are cool. Those are really cool. So excited that Michelle found these. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, if I'm going to keep them or sell them. Maybe I'll keep them for a little while and then I'll sell them. Let me put these in the sink because this all has to get washed up. And then nothing exciting. Found a chip clip for myself. I've actually been wanting one of these, or needing one. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, that is everything. Oh, no, it's not. Look at this elephant. Isn't he beautiful? This is not ivory. This is plastic. I think he's just gorgeous. Now he has a bit of a break where you can see right there around his leg. Now the interior of his leg is not broken, so I'm assuming the break started and then I don't know what happened, but it stopped. Now I'm going to try fixing that with a little bit of, oh gosh, I'm not sure what. I'm going to try. You can see as when you bend it a little bit, can you see that getting bigger? Yep, so I'm going to try and put a little bit of glue in there that will dry clear and make sure that his leg is in place, and then touch that up with some either black paint or a black Sharpie or something. But I think he is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Trunk is up, which as we know means good luck. Love this guy. Okay, now I think, here Louis, do you want to play with your new toy? Louis, come on, come on, want to go play with your new toy? Come on, you ready? Go get it. Oh, he's kind of patting at the feathers a little bit. Okay, so let's get started with the Tupperware. I found a ton. First, I have to say, before I get started with this, I have to thank Kelly and Michelle and another woman that I do not know her name, because Kelly is the one that called over to me and said, I think it was Kelly originally, called over to me and said, hey, there's a bunch of Tupperware in this bin. And I had breezed right by it when I first walked in. So of course I make a beeline over to the bin, and these ladies just helped me start pulling all of this Tupperware out of this bin. So ladies, thank you very much. Found a ton of lids. These lids are great. They will be washed up and put in my Tupperware pieces bin. So if you don't know, I have been collecting up Tupperware because I really enjoy selling it. And I have been doing pretty well at selling it up in my antique space at the Gresham Lake Antique Mall. But what I'm doing is when I find like sold pieces of Tupperware, I'll go ahead and pick them up anyway, wash them off, and then just put them aside. Well, I found a whole bunch of lids, which is great because now, hopefully when I find the bottoms without a lid, I'll have the lid that's going to match it. So we have that. Now, I did do some research on this Tupperware, and all Tupperware pieces have a little number down here, which is going to be almost impossible for you to see here. But they have little numbers down there, and you can do searches on the Tupperware and the number, and then you can find out what the pieces are called, you know, if they're complete or whatnot. Well, these are called, this bowl is called the Wunderlear Bowl. And we all know these. I mean, these are pretty, Louis, what are you doing? These are pretty classic Tupperware pieces. So I found this one. We found that one. And then this Jadeite green one. However, none of the lids that I have match it, but I'll wash it up and put it away. Found a bunch of the Wunderlear. Found all of these in various sizes. And this is, I believe they call this the Jadeite green, and this is just a clear one. So I found all of those. Ugh. I have a Wunderlear tower over here that I don't want to fall. This is called a pasta keeper. I made myself sticky notes so I would remember everything, with the pink lid, and then you pop this off. A lot of the ones that I did see listed were missing this piece here, and you might be able to see the 1, and on this side the 2. So depending on if you want to serve pasta for 1 person, you know, you would tip your pasta over and pull out enough for 1 person, or if you're cooking for 2. So I thought that was kind of neat. That has to get washed. Well, it all has to get washed. This is a microwave steamer, and I really was shocked that all of the pieces were here. Whoops. So you've got that bottom bowl right there, and then the lid. Come on. And then the steamer part here. And then this piece comes out, but you see those little pegs that it has there? They go into here depending on, you know, how big your serving size is. So if you ever find this, you want to make sure that you find the 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in this microwave steamer. These are measuring pitchers. This is the 2-cup pitcher. And then this is the 1 cup. Wish I could have found some more of them, but who knows, maybe next time. This is a 4-cup measuring or mixing bowl. Now this should have a lid on it. As you can see, it is missing, but that's something that I will keep my eye open for, the lid. This I couldn't find any kind of number on it. I did find some of these listed on eBay though, and I think maybe 4 of them were $16, $20, something like that. And it's a heavier plastic. These are, I think, microwavable, for microwave and conventional ovens, not for broiler or stove top, and avoid sharp utensils on this. These do not have any numbers on them. They're just a divided, I think they call them a lunch tray. Only 1 though, sadly, so I'll have to keep my eye open for more of these. Then, do you guys remember when I picked this up when I was at my sister's house? This is the cheese grater, and she couldn't find the bottom piece of it, but guess what? Look what I found at the bins yesterday, the bottom piece. So see, it's paying off to hold on to some of these pieces. Now there is supposed to be a lid that goes on this piece here. Oh, wait a minute. There's supposed to be a lid that goes on this piece. And there is. I got it. Yay! So you would grate your cheese, put it in here, put the lid on so that you can keep it. So I am so glad that I decided to keep this and didn't throw it away, because the grater was not at the bins that I could find yesterday, but I did find the bottom, and then there you can see I found the lid that goes on the bottom. So that was a real happy accident. So yay on that one. I love when that kind of stuff, you know, it just kind of falls together. Love that. This is called, excuse me, the quick shaker. Now there is a piece inside of it that is missing. It's almost like a disc kind of thing, and it's got, I think it has 3 holes in it, so that you would put that little piece in here, close up your shaker, and as you're shaking it, that disc would kind of, you know, jump around in there and help your ingredients to mix together. So it is missing that piece. Now you could still use it without the piece, however, that is missing. And then you would either pour from there or you just drink from there if you wanted to. Let me see. This is what's called a modular mate. This is 7 1/4 cups. And I mean, you could keep anything in here, flour, rice, I mean, anything, absolutely anything. This is the dark blue cover that's on there. I hope I just didn't break a nail. My nails are so... I did. How many people do you know can break their nail on a piece of Tupperware? This is a beautiful yellow picture, very large picture. Let's see, does it say how large it is? It does not. But this is the, I think they called it the push button lid. Ooh, it needs to be cleaned out inside. Probably a tea in it and it stained it. So I'll see if I can't get that all cleaned up. I have a few more pieces here to share with you. Let me see. This is the Jadeite Colander strainer. Now this should also have a lid. Let's see if we're going to get lucky again. On some of these other bowls, the Wunderlear bowls, I did get lucky and I checked to see. Oh yes, look at this. Before the video. Oh, some of these lids are really, yep. We got the lid on that. Not sure why you'd need a lid on it though, because of the holes in it. You can't store anything in there. Unless I suppose maybe you could store lettuce in there. Not sure. But anyway, we have a lid now. And then we have, these are called, I'm probably gonna mess this up. Wunderlear Bowl. And I'm guessing it's a Wunderlear because of this particular top that's on it. Now this top is not a very tight, now it does go, but it's not a very tight seal on there. So something may have, the top might have gotten a little wonky on this. Maybe somebody put it in the dishwasher or something on the bottom rack and it warped it or something, but it's not in the best condition, that top. And then we have two other of the Wunderlear bowls. And then this is an 8-cup Wunderlear bowl with the lid on it. And this one's in pretty good condition. So let me see, is that all of the Tupperware? My sink is full of Tupperware and there's more around here. I think that's everything, everyone. So I forgot to ask you to make sure to let me know what your favorite was. But my favorite, and you might think it was the Tupperware because you know how I love my Tupperware, but I love this elephant. So this elephant, I'm going to repair his leg there. And even if I can't get it totally repaired, you just put him this way and you can't see anything, any damage at all. He's absolutely beautiful. He is going to be my favorite find from today's haul. So as always, I would love it if you would leave a comment down below and let everybody know what your favorite find was from today's video. Excuse me. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And if you like thrift haul videos and maybe learning about some Tupperware along the way, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that all notifications bell. I'll be back later on during the week. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon and take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye for now, everybody.